Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live stream here on Max Coverage TV, the place to be for all your sports wants, news, and needs, and most importantly, live streams here for your Yankees and MLB off season. This is where you come to find all your latest news every single day. News after news trickles in, so if you are not subscribed, smash that subscribe button, ring the bell so you get notified when I do go live or when I make a video. Thank you. If you're watching on the replay, drop me some comments down below. If you are watching on the replay, what are your thoughts on today's topics? Which, by the thumbnail, the main topic is going to be Aaron Boone. He's back with the team. The Yankees picked up his team option. We're also going to be talking about Yankee rumors. Christian Walker is quote-unquote getting aggressively the Yankees want him. The Yankees want him. So we talk about that. And then also Juan Soto, Hal Steinbrenner. They're going to meet next week sometime. A lot of stuff's going to be coming around the pipelines. So make sure your notification bells are turned on. We have Miss Sydney in the chat. Yeehaw! How you doing? How you doing, girl? What the pre-lab crew? Pre-lab crew is only one member, and that is Miss Sydney. Hey! Oh! Hey! And we got Pat God in the house. What's going on? Look at that. Looking ferocious. Good to see you, man. So yeah, let's bring the news up on the screen here. I was working earlier. If I wasn't working, I would have went live right when we got the news. But 11 o'clock this morning, the Yankees today announced that they are exercising their 2025 club option for manager Aaron Boone. So there you have it, folks. He is back. He is going to be back in pinstripes next season, managing this team. Coming off a World Series loss, Aaron Boone at least getting one more year to show us what he has. What's up, Choa? What's going on, Matt? Good to see you. Boone is the doom of us, says Matt. I am big buddy. I come to figure if we don't sign Soto, I'm okay with it. We have other holes to fill. I mean, I'd be really upset if we didn't sign Soto back. I am big buddy. I'd be really upset, but you are right. We have a lot of holes. I mean, you need two hands to count how many holes this team has right now as we speak on November 8th, 2024. But the main priority is Juan Soto. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So let's break down Aaron Boone real quick. We all know a lot of fan base. This fan base is completely 50-50 on Aaron Boone. Some people don't mind him. Some people absolutely hate him. Some people want his head on a silver platter. They want him fired, canned, released, fired, like Vince McMahon would say. But he's making $3 million per year, which is an underpay. If you look at all the top managers in the league, I think Alex Cora just got, a $7 million per year contract extension with the Red Sox. Craig Counsell got a $8 million contract with the Cubs, jumping from Milwaukee to Chicago. Aaron Boone's making $3 million. I want to bring up this question to all of you. Do you think there's an extension in the works here? Because I think there is. My gut instinct is telling me that this is not just a one-year thing. I think that Aaron Boone has an extension lined up, or they're working on one. Don't be surprised if you see a maybe 2-year contract extension, because then it would be 3 years, with next year being the team option, and then the 2 years would kick in after that. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, because that's what usually happens with these managers. If they have a team option, sometimes they get extended because going into next season, if Aaron Boone the whole season's thinking like, dang, this could be my last year in pinstripes, I mean, it's going to be a lot of second guessing, a lot of anxiety, a lot of anxiousness. I mean, you name it. I could be wrong. This could be just a team option and say, hey, you have one more year to show us what you got. If you don't win us the World Series, you're gone. that could very well be the case, but I just think there's something else going on here. I think he's going to have an extension. He is trash, Matt says. That is why he's underpaid. But Matt, I'll tell you this much. Do you think if Boone would walk, like say like Boone manages next year and then he's a free agent, I guarantee you he'll have about 6-7 teams lined up to try to sign him. I guarantee you. I get what you're saying. I know all of us are frustrated. We haven't won a World Series in God knows how long, since 2009. That's how long, in case anybody forgot. I'm 1000% on board with all of you with that. You know, I want this team to win, man. I need this team to win. You know, it's been so dang long. It sucks watching all these teams year in, year out, celebrating, winning the World Series while we're over here. We're scratching, clawing, getting to the postseason pretty much every single year, but we always fall short. Always. Last year, well, this year that just passed, I should say, it was a fun one. We made it to the World Series. But some of the decisions that Boone made, we can all sit here and say, well, if he didn't put in Cortez game one and he went with Tim Hill, maybe things would have went differently. You know, game one was a big blow for Aaron Boone in the World Series. What's up, Ronald? How you doing? He doesn't work here. No title, no good. Yeah. What up, Jacob? Yeah, I'm hey, we'll see about tomorrow too. I might call a game tomorrow, Jacob. We'll see, but I'm taking a little bit of time off of the play-by-play streams. I'll be back soon, I promise. But I'll be doing these talk shows until further notice, and I will be doing the play-by-play streams very soon again, because I miss calling games, honestly, guys. But I needed a little rest. Sorry to get off track here for a second, but I needed a little bit of a rest after this year. I mean, I streamed a lot, so taking a couple of days off, resting, you know, getting some R&R and kind of just recharging the battery. That's what I'm doing right now. I still am streaming, don't get me wrong, but the play-by-plays, they're like 3 hours long, so sometimes it gets a little tiring, but I miss it. I'll be back doing it soon. Just be patient with me, all right? I'm Big Buddy says he's done wonders with a bad bullpen. Let's see what he can do with a good bullpen. Tanner Scott sounds good. Yeah, the Yankees are. So today we're going to be talking about a couple of things. The main thing I wanted to talk about was Aaron Boone. So we'll switch gears here in a second. But the Yankees are also looking at Carlos Estevez, a nice bullpen arm. We were just talking about him yesterday. So that's the name that the Yankees are looking at. I don't mind Estevez a lot. The guy is a beast. He got traded to the Phillies. You know, of course, the Phillies had a down year. Well, underwhelming year, I should say, for them. They expected more, but I like that bullpen piece right there. If we get Estevez, I wouldn't mind that at all. But that's one thing that Aaron Boone and company they build a great bullpen. Like it's no name guys like Ian Hamilton, for instance. 2 years ago, we got him. He looked great. He's been one of the biggest pieces in this bullpen for the last 2 years. Now he missed a lot of time last year with the injury, but he was a very important piece to this bullpen. We found him from scraps, essentially. Tim Hill. We turn around Tim Meza. Tim Meza, when he got DFA'd by the Blue Jays, he had like an 8-something ERA. When he came to us, I want to say he had like around a 3 ERA with the Yankees. I could be wrong. Let me check that real quick. But Jake Cousins, another name. That's what the Yankees do. They turn these no-name guys into something. So I'm not worried about them not having a bullpen. They're going to find a bullpen. So let me see. Tim Meza, what was his ERA? Oh, he had a 4 ERA with us. I apologize. So 4 ERA. So he had an 8.03 ERA with Toronto in 35 games. With us in 18 innings, he had a 4 ERA. So not great. Not great at all, but still that's a 180. That's a 180 on a guy that essentially was given up. given up on. So let me bring up some more news here with the Christian Walker stuff. I'm very excited about Christian Walker. Like, if we get Christian Walker, I'll be happy as heck. Some people thought we weren't going to go after guys with qualifying offers, but hold on, man. Let's see. Aggressively pursuing Christian Walker. This is from Bob Nightingale. That's what he's reporting. Here it is right here. Oh, sorry. There we go. BR walk-off. There are at least 6 teams that plan to aggressively pursue Christian Walker, and Yankees are one of them. Yankees are one of them. I would love him. I would love him on this team. His bat is amazing. He has great defense. Some people will say no. Some people want to go like internally with Ben Rice or TJ Rumfield. Pete Alonso's out there as well. But Christian, I know he's a little older, but Christian Walker is he's a stud, man. The dude's a professional hitter. He'll be 34 next season. Last year he hit 251, missed a couple of games with an injury, played 130 games. 26 home runs, but the last 3 years he's hit 36 home runs, 33 home runs, and 26 home runs. Christian Walker would be a name I would love to see in this lineup. 803 OPS. He slugged 468. I mean, that's a solid bat in the middle of this lineup. He'd probably be batting, I would say, 5th or 6th or something like that, but I wouldn't mind Christian Walker at all. And then let me bring up Carlos Estevez real quick on the Baseball Savant. Let's bring him up. Let's break down Carlos. Let's break down this guy, man. He's a fastball. I mean, he has some gas to him. Averaging 97 on the fastball velo. That's really, really good. 2.45 ERA, 31 years old. He's a righty. 55 innings, 50 strikeouts with a 0.91 whip. That's solid. Davison says 250 is not a solid bat. Everyone has been gaslit. It's better than 220 what Rizzo was giving us. What up, Jack? How you doing? Rizzo is batting 220 in this lineup, so I don't know which one you would take. If you look at Pete Alonso, I mean, he hit what? I think Pete Alonso hit 260. No, he hit 240. So you got Pete Alonso hitting 240 or Christian Walker hitting 250. I mean, first base, there's only a handful of guys: Josh Bell, Pete Alonso, Christian Walker, or you're going internal. So pick your poison. I'd rather go with Christian Walker, in my opinion. Bat speed is up there. I mean, this guy doesn't strike out too much. Who walks above average. Look at the range. He's a great fielder. 5'3" is bigger than 5'1". Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, out of all the guys out there, other than Soto, everyone's hitting around 250, 260. So good to hear, Jack. Good to hear you're doing good, buddy. Bring up Tanner Scott real quick. Oh my God, dude. Tanner Scott would be amazing. This dude is just a beast. I really hope the Yankees sign him, man. I really do. Most of these players wear beards. How will they feel with no beard? Oh, I'm sure money, if they get paid, they wouldn't mind shaving I mean, you tell me. If you give me $3-4 million, I'm shaving this beard off. I'm sorry. I don't think the beard has like some guys it may, but I don't think it's a big problem for guys to shave their beards off coming to the Yankees. What up, Ken? We were just talking about how the Yankees were. This is from Bob Nightingale. They're aggressively pursuing Christian Walker, and they're also looking at Carlos Estevez as well. I talked about Boone earlier in the first 10 minutes of the show. I was talking about Boone, but I'm just going over some of the guys that, the Yankees are eyeballing and asking, everyone's feel on who would they much rather have. What's up? What's up, Pito? My guy's in a building. Victorino, what's good? Good to see you. Boone only gets paid $3 million for the club option. That's what I was talking about earlier, Pito. So that's cheap compared to everyone else. You thinking about, Cora, I was bringing up Cora's getting paid $7 million. Craig Counsell's getting paid $8 million. I'm sure Dave Roberts is going to get an extension. Boone's getting paid pennies compared to those guys. I would love Scott Victorino. He's been my number one. I wanted him during the trade deadline. Of course, the Yankees did not go that route. But Scott's a freaking beast, dude. Boone should be gone after that series. Who would you rather have managing the Yankees, Davison? Throw me a name. Throw me some names out there. Soto's only a 285 hitter. People are acting like he's the best player ever. Oh, you want Posada? Yeah, Posada would be interesting. I think Posada would be a great manager. If you have that conversation with Posada and if he's down to do it, he could be the next manager, honestly. If he says yes, I would be like, hell yeah, bring him on. What up? Norma's in the house. Good to see you, Miss Norma. David Cone? Yeah, Cone could be a good one too. What do you think about Soto? Yankees are getting him or not? Well, Hal Steinbrenner's meeting up with Soto. It's funny how they have to meet up with him. They were with him, the whole year. But Hal Steinbrenner is flying to California next week to meet Soto and Scott Boras. Next week's going to be very important for the Soto sweepstakes because Steve Cohen is meeting up with Scott Boras and Soto and Hal Steinbrenner. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully the Yankees can sway Soto. It's going to be coming down to money, guys. He's going to take what's the most money in front of him. So hopefully the Yankees can say, hey, we'll match whatever Steve Cohen is going to match and come on back to the Yankees. You want Alex Rodriguez or Derek Jeter? I seriously doubt the Yankees are pursuing anyone but Soto. I'm sure that the Yankees are doing their due diligence, checking in with their top free. Yeah, they're checking in on everybody. That's why right now it's like, oh, we're checking in on this guy. We're checking in on that guy. Okay, that's fine and dandy. They're checking in on everybody, right? We see these updates all the time. Like last year, we were seeing all these reports and all that. Oh, the Yankees are active with Snell. The Yankees are doing this, doing that. You take it with a grain of salt, man. That's what the offseason's all about. Just reports, news, and especially in the beginning of the offseason, it's like, okay, they're just testing waters right now. I agree, Davison. I hope they do break out the wallet and sign everyone they can. Right now, we're sitting at $191 million on payroll. First threshold is 270. Soto's, if you get Soto, that's going to be $55 million gone right there from the AAV. But if they sign Soto back and give me Corbin Burns, win right there. Yeah, we called about Fried. We're interested in Bregman, Mario. We're interested in Corbin Burns, Blake Snell. Michael K on his show is mentioning Santander a lot. That's going to be their pivot. If the Yankees can't get Soto, their pivot will be Anthony Santander. Well, hopefully it would be Santander because he's a switch hitter. His defense isn't that great. He's not quick, but his bat is what we all know it is. It's a beast. 44 home runs, 235 batting average. Doesn't look great, especially for Davidson, but nothing will match what Soto can give you. It's going to be a downgrade no matter what, but the pivot would probably be Santander if we lose Soto this offseason. If we were looking for a new Yankee manager, the only people that I would bring in are either Don Mattingly or Kevin Long. Yeah, Don Mattingly. He seems like he's overdue for a manager role. You know, he's been a bench coach for a while now. It's only a matter of time, it seems like, for Don Mattingly to get his first managing role. What's the Dodgers payroll? Let me check real quick. What? Hold on. What's going on? Give me a second. Why is it doing this? If they get Soto, Yankees are trading for a starting pitcher. I don't think they have to trade. They can sign him. They can sign him. They have a lot of guys on the market right now. Looking at the payrolls real quick. Right now, the Dodgers have. Hold on. $166 million payroll. That's because all the money's deferred. Dodgers can get Soto too, man. Let me ask you this: if the Dodgers get Soto, are you gonna watch baseball next year? Honestly, I mean, I will because I love the sport so much. But gosh, if they get Juan Soto, that team is it's not fair, man. Yeah, you want Roki Sasaki? Well, I think Sasaki, unfortunately, might be heading to LA. Unfortunately, it's not fair, man. Life ain't fair though, you know. Here's the payrolls right here on the screen. So Phillies have the highest payroll right now as we speak. We have a $186 million payroll. They have Norma. They're losing Teoscar Hernandez potentially. They can sign Soto. They're planning on moving Mookie to the infield. Teoscar is a free agent. It wouldn't shock me if they move Mookie to second base. And then if they get Soto, he's in right field. I don't want to even put that juju out there in the universe, but man, it's not out of play. If we were to lose Soto, I would go after Teoscar Hernandez, a natural left fielder, put Dominguez in center, put Judge back and right. Yeah, Ken, that would make a lot of sense. I agree with that, man. I agree with that 1,000%. Teoscar, we've seen what he can do, dude. If he wants to stay on the East Coast, I think Hal will bring him home. Yeah, well, that's what he did with Judge. So, I mean, Soto just had a career year hitting in front of Judge. So, if he stays here in New York, you already know the ballpark matches his whole offensive game plan. The short porch in right field. I mean, Soto could really put up some career numbers his whole tenure here in New York if he stays. I know that has to play some kind of effect in his decision, but I know deep down it's all going to be about the money. But he has to think about, his accolades as well. I mean, he could potentially win MVP a couple of years here. He could win it anywhere, honestly. But so yeah, let's see. Mets only have $121 million payroll. That's insane. The Mets can do a lot. The Mets can do a lot this offseason. Ooh, they're going to be active. I think the Mets are eyeballing right now Willie Adames, of course, Soto. They're definitely going to be in the hunt for an ace pitcher. Minaya is a free agent now. He declined the qualifying offer. One thing is for sure, this team is lazy and takes the easy way out. Why do you say that, John? What's going on, Yankee Kyle? Good to see you, man. I got to say, I'm not happy, and I'm at the point now in my age, I wonder if we're ever going to win again. I know, Savius. It sucks, dude. It sucks. I was just talking about it, man. You know, it's going to feel so awesome whenever eventually when this team can hoist that World Series trophy above their heads. It's going to be such a relief. I mean, I agree, dude. I mean, making it to the World Series was awesome. But winning it, man, gosh, we need to win it. Hal should take CC Sabathia and Derek Jeter with him to the meeting with Soto. I mean, honestly, dude, he knows what New York's all about, man. You know, playing here for a year, he knows what it's all about. He loves the fans. He loves playing here. Like, Hal should just go there and be like, listen, what's the number? What's the number going to be to get you back in pinstripes for potentially the rest of your career? And, you know, Scott Boras writes the number down on a piece of paper. He slides it across the table. And then Hal will look at that piece of paper and he should say deal. Unless it's like, you know, some crazy number. But I'm assuming it's going to be around $580 to $600 million. But there will be an opt-out. It's going to be like a 12 to 13-year deal with an opt-out after 6 or 7 years. Yankees should get, I think you meant Arenado. Nolan Arenado, is that you talking about, Victorino? And Christian Walker, Soto, and Snell. Jesus. Victorino says, sign everybody who's available. Sign all the top dogs. My personal thoughts, I moved Jazz as part of a package to trade for a top-end starter. Sign Willie Adames for third. Bring up Caleb Durbin for second and go after Murakami for first. I would not be mad at that, man, whatsoever. You said move Jazz. Oh, you want to trade Jazz? Okay. For a top-end starter. Who do you think would be a team willing to trade for Jazz and give up a top-end starter? Ken? You wouldn't want them to go out there Snell or Soda or Burns, Jack Flaherty, Max Fried, Minaya. All these there's a lot of good arms out there. But I wouldn't mind Willie Adames at all. Willie Adames is nice. He's good. Durbin looks like he will be our second baseman. And Yankees have been wanting Murakami. They've been scouting him. So, I mean, that could happen as well. $500 million for wearing pajamas and hitting a ball with a piece of wood. God bless, but this is crazy. Yeah. Right? I mean, that's the sports, man. That's sports we live in. Look at the NBA contracts, man. Like, you could be a role player in the NBA. You're making $40 million a year. It's insane how expensive these contracts are getting throughout all of sports. Not just baseball. Like football, we all know how crazy those contracts are, but the NBA, man, they've got some crazy contracts. Hey, that's what I'm saying. If you have kids, get them into sports. Get them into sports. Get them into basketball, baseball. I don't know if I would get my kid into football, man. It's just too dang dangerous. But yeah, I mean, it's insane, man. I was trash at baseball, sadly. I could not play baseball whatsoever. What up, Iron Hawaiian? Good to see you, my guy. We got D-Rod popping in the chat. Good to see you, man. Shout out to everyone. We got 32 in the chat. Smash the like button. Thank you guys for popping in. Happy Friday to you all. by the way, happy weekend. I hope your week's been going well and not too crazy. And hopefully you can enjoy yourself this weekend. I got one more day of work, and then my weekend's Sunday and Monday. That's my weekend. That's the days I got off. But I hope everyone has had a fantastic week. Petruzzi's in the chat. What's up, Jacob? Good to see you. I had my medical procedure. Everything went okay. Growths removed. Well, I'm glad everything went smooth, John. I'm glad everything went well. I know procedures is always nerve-wracking and all that, but I hope everything's going well with you. The only top flight starter who doesn't have a qualifying offer are Jack Flaherty and Snell, and I don't think that's you don't think either of them are worth it, huh? I wouldn't mind Flaherty or Snell. I mean, listen, we need an upgrade to this rotation. We can't have Rodon as our number 2 starter. Flaherty would be a good one. 30% strikeout rate for Jack Flaherty. Only a 6% walk rate. He's 29 years old. I mean, that he's a stud, man. 3.17 ERA last year. What's up, Richard Lee? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, my guy. Oh, look at that picture is making me trippy, man. Comfort food makes me feel comfortable. Yeah, I mean, Blake Snell or Flaherty. Dude, Snell's chart, man. It's every time I look up Snell, he's got great numbers. It's just the going deeper into games and throwing a lot of innings is my issue with him. But gosh, man, the charts look awesome. 35% strikeout rate. It's crazy. That's what we need, man. We need swing and miss guys. Snell's a 5-inning pitcher. Flaherty's first good season was last year. In the postseason, Flaherty lost velocity. Yeah, I know the velocity stuff is a little concerning, but he's young though. He's 29. I haven't really heard much of the Yankees being on Flaherty. I've heard them being on Snell and Burns and Max Fried, but I haven't really heard anything about them with Flaherty just yet. Yeah, Tanner Scott would be amazing, John. He would be one of our best. He would probably be the best arm in the bullpen if we got Tanner Scott tomorrow. Carlos Santana's linked to the Yankees. Yeah, I don't want Carlos Santana at all. I want to stay far away from Carlos Santana. Yeah, he's 38 years old. He's declining. I pray to God we don't sign Carlos Santana. I'd much rather have Josh Bell than Santana. If you want to get a switch hitter, if that's what you want for first base, I'd rather go Josh Bell than Carlos Santana. Yeah, Flaherty would be really good, Norma. I just can't have Rodon as a number 2 starter going into next year. Can't do it. Number 3, don't mind it. Number 4, great. Number 2, can't. Scott seems destined to be a Philly. They need a closer bad. Yeah, they just lost Estevez. I mean, the Yankees they're interested in Estevez, but I would consider trades for Devin Williams. I think Williams they turned his club option down. If I'm not mistaken, Devin Williams is a free agent. Unless the Brewers want to bring him back. But they turned that $10 million team option down, I think, on Devin Williams. Yeah, so they're declining Devin Williams' option. Oh, yeah, your number 2 is Heel. I like your show more than others on here. You interact with us awesome. Thank you, man. That's what these shows are all about, man, is interacting with all of you. Without if I'm sitting up here just chit-chatting, man, it's not fun. I like to interact and have you all engaged in the conversation. I mean, that's the number one rule here. Sorry if I do miss comments. It's not like I'm ignoring you all, but sometimes it just, I'm looking at 3 screens right now and stuff like that. So sometimes I do miss comments and I apologize, but D-Rod. We need players with that fight in them, says Norma. Yeah, we need players that don't quit, that run to first base. That's what we need, Norma. Guys that hustle. Guys that want to win. They want to do whatever it takes to be the champ. Don't sweat it, buddy. No ego to bruise here. Wait until you get over 5,000 chatters. We'll see when that happens, John. We'll see when that happens. But I'll still be interacting with all of you. That's no doubt. Y'all are the best co-hosts around, and no one's ever gonna take you down. So tomorrow, I don't know what I have planned yet for streaming-wise. I know Sunday morning I'm back with Knipe talking football. I'll let you all know what time we're gonna be streaming. But tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing yet. Might just pop on for a little bit and see if there's any more news that we need to talk about. You think Nestor will be here next year? Honestly, I think we're going to trade Nestor Cortez. That's my opinion. I think we're going to trade Cortez, man. I think the writing's on the wall. Especially if we sign someone else like Snell or any of these guys on the market. We sign any of those guys, I think Cortez is gone. Because we have Stroman for 2 more years, locked down, $18 million per. And of course, we still have Rodon for 4 years left. Cole's back. Heel, he's going to be up here. So, and we still have Clark Schmidt as well. It's going to be interesting what we're going to do with this rotation. I'd much rather have Clark Schmidt in the rotation. Say if we do sign someone like a Burns, Flaherty, Snell, Fried, any of those guys, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. If they do trade Cortez away, you still have Clark Schmidt. Are you going to kick out Stroman? Or are you going to kick out Clark Schmidt out of this rotation? I think so too, Pito. Did you hear the Dodgers talking smack about? I did hear that. I don't mind the smack talk, but if the guy that did it, Joe Kelly, didn't pitch 1 pitch this whole postseason, if I'm not mistaken. I know he didn't pitch in the World Series, so it's funny when you guys talk from the bench, aren't in the game, talking out their ass. That's how I feel about that. Now, if it's Mookie Betts, okay, I understand it. I mean, the guy was out there playing. If it was, guys out of the pen, like if Blake Trinan was out there talking about us, I don't mind it. They beat us fair square. But Joe Kelly's like Norma said, he's famous for running his mouth. He thinks he's the top dog. He thinks he's hot crap. The guy didn't pitch once. So, congratulations on your participation award, Joe. Congratulations, buddy. I think Joe Kelly, out of everyone in the MLB, Joe Kelly has that face that he just thinks he's hot crap, man. And now he's a free agent. You know what? I hope he stays that way. Cortez is making much less than Stroman. Yeah, exactly, D-Rod. If you don't play, don't say anything at all. I don't understand why he was talking out of his ass like that. I know Cortez is making much less than Stroman, but it's going to be more difficult to trade Stroman than Cortez in my eyes. That's why I say Cortez is probably going to be the one on the move. Right, D-Rod? Send Kelly to the White Sox. Yeah, no, yes. Make him stay there. Like, have a no trade clause for the guy. So he has to sit there and just take it all in. Take it in, buddy. You loser. Max, the pitchers I would consider trading for are Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, and Kevin Gossman. I would love Gilbert or George Kirby. Gossman had such a down year, man. I was shocked how bad Gossman was this past year. Kirby would be a good one. 26. The Mariners, they're just loaded, man. Logan Gilbert. I doubt. I mean, there's no way that to get Logan Gilbert, you're gonna have to give up. You're gonna have to give up quite a bit. I think this guy's his numbers. He had a great year, man. 3.23 ERA, 220 strikeouts. He was healthy all year. A 0.89 WHIP. I mean, my lord. 27% strikeout rate, 5% walk rate. Gilbert is going to be this kid's going to be a problem. Fastball velo is sitting at 97. Let's see, Kevin. I can't believe Kevin Gossman, man. I mean, it's so weird. Like, he had 237 strikeouts, like, in 2023. 185 innings, and then you fast forward to this past season, 181 innings, only 162 strikeouts. It's like teams just knew what he was throwing this year. Mariners trade Castillo first and Gilbert just for salary relief. Yeah, it seems like Castillo, he's been rumored to be traded now for a couple of seasons. I don't think that trade really panned out for them. I don't think that trade for Castillo was what it was all meant out to be for the Mariners. He's not a bad pitcher whatsoever. I like Luis Castillo, but I mean, Gilbert had a better year than him, and that's homegrown. Slot and Jazz would fill their speed in second base. Need would consider moving Jones in that deal. For Logan Gilbert, said Jazz to fill their speed in second base, and then maybe Spencer Jones. That wouldn't be a bad trade for the Mariners. I mean, the Mariners need offense, but then again, they can sign. They've been wanting Gleyber Torres. They can just sign Gleyber. What do you think of Ty France? Can we see his numbers? Yeah, I'll bring up Ty France. I don't think I'd want Ty France. Is he even a free agent? Yeah, his numbers stink. Here's his numbers right here. 234 batting average, 305 on base, 365 slug. But look at all that blue on the charts, man. That's not good. When you see blue, that's not good. Bad fielder, can't run, average below bat. I don't want Ty France. Gossman had an off year and pitched for a crap team, bad clubhouse. They had a really bad year. I think Gossman's a good pitcher, Ken. I'm not saying he's bad at all, but it was just crazy to see that fall off in like production. The Yims gave up a lot for Castillo. Yeah, Max didn't work out too well for them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know they gave up a haul for Castillo, and hey, the Reds wanted Volpe in that deal with Castillo. So I know Volpe hasn't been like super crazy, but I don't think I would have traded Volpe for Castillo. Now that you're seeing, Castillo's numbers. What's up, Sarah? How you doing? What's up, LA Lou? Unpopular opinion, if you lose out on Soto, add Bregman and Santander, move Jazz to second. It gives you a deeper batting order. Maybe even add McCarthy at first. It would cost the same as Soto. Well, right now, LA Lou, and I don't mind what you're saying at all. Bregman and Santander. Bregman will solidify your hot corner over there on third. Jazz is at his normal position is second base. I don't mind that at all. But the Yankees are looking internally to fill that second base hole. Caleb Durbin is a name that we all need to look out for. I mean, Caleb Durbin, he's been mashing in fall right now in the fall league. I think they're going to go that route. If they go that route, I don't think they're going to sign Bregman. They're going to keep Jazz on third and use the money elsewhere. Get a first baseman like Christian Walker, or because Pete Alonso is going to cost more than Christian Walker will. You can get Christian Walker on a 2-year contract. So I would say Christian Walker. If you lose out on Soto, Santander, or Teoscar Hernandez, would be an option. But I want some of that money to go to some pitchers, man. How you doing, Desiree? Who's a leadoff hitter next year? D-Rod, I don't think we have one right now. On the roster as we speak. I don't think we have one. If you're telling me who's on the roster right now as a leadoff guy, and most likely, I don't even know, bro. I'd probably say Volpe off default. But how you doing, Desiree? Good to see you. I hope your week's been going well so far. Bregman and Santander salaries would be more than Soto. Yeah, combined. How much money, Ken? Let me ask you this. How much money do you think Bregman and Santander are going to ask for? Like AAV, like per year. How much money? Oh yeah, John Bertie's still on the team too. But I don't think he's going to be the starter. But we'll see. Oh, Miss Sydney doing what she does the very best, everybody. And that is popping confetti all over the place. I don't have my confetti cannon on the software. But it's popping all over the place. And Jeremy's back on the squad. Thank you, Cindy. You are the woman. Thank you so much. Valid NY, love your new background. I wanted Boone gone last season. Never wanted him at all. What's it got to take to move on? If they make the playoffs every year, they keep giving him another season. No more, says Val. First of all, look at that gorgeous puppy on the screen. Secondly, Val, I have a gut feeling that we might see an extension with Aaron Boone. This might not be just a 1 more year thing. This might be a 2-year thing, 3-year thing. I think this could be a extension in the works, sadly. But I think he needs to win the World Series. We made it to the World Series, didn't get it done. What else is there to do? Like you said, what else is there to take? You got to win it. If you bring him back, he has to win the World Series. What's up, Siciliano's in the house? Hell no, I'm not happy. We got this dang clown, Booney, bubble, a-hole. Oh, my God. What's up, bro? Oh, man, Siciliano is upset. You say 30 to 35 mil AAV? Damn, for both of them? We got Blaze 455. Good to see you. Soto main priority, of course. Tanner Scott and trade for Naylor. So for Josh Naylor? I haven't seen someone bring up that yet. How funny would it be if Josh Naylor was on this team, man? That's crazy, Ken. I don't know if I'd give Bregman $30 million or Santander. Who do you want to replace Boone? Herb, I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Listen, he's not the worst manager out there. If Boone leaves tomorrow, he'll be getting a job in like a week. Like Boone is going to be well sought after if he ever leaves the Yankees and he wants to continue to manage. But earlier Davidson brought up Jorge Posada. I think that would be an awesome manager. Don Mattingly, like Ken said, could be one too. The last school, good to see you, man. I wouldn't have Bregman in pinstripes, period, says Iron Hawaiian. How much money do you think Teoscar Hernandez is going to make? Teoscar Hernandez is a interesting name. Free agent, 32 years old. You know he has the power. He hit 272 with a 501 slug. The defense isn't the best. It'll be a downgrade defensively in left field. Because you got to think about this, man. We have to play Jason Dominguez next season. We have to, and the best position for him is center field. So, are you going to hinder Dominguez and put him in left, or are you going to put him in center and then move Judge around? They have a lot of decisions. They have a lot of decisions to be made, man. I'm glad I don't get paid to make those decisions. They got a lot of tough decisions to be made. Oh, Mark DeRosa. Okay, yeah. Mark DeRosa is a name that I haven't really heard out there, but yeah. I know he was the World Baseball Classic manager, so yeah, D-Raw, that's what Ken said. Bregman and Santander get similar contracts. I honestly think Boone earned at least one more season with the Yankees. Our first World Series since 2009. That's a big deal. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't mind one more year. This is make or break for Boone. But it's just something in my bones is telling me that they have a contract extension on the works. I could be completely off on this take, but it would not shock me like 2 weeks down the line. I open my phone up and I see breaking news: Aaron Boone signs a contract extension for like 2-3 years. Oswaldo Cabrera at third, Jazz second, Yandy Diaz at first. Yeah, we would have to trade for Yandy. Contract Perspic for Bregman is 4 to 6 years at 300 or 30 million. 4 to 6 years at 30 mil. I'd probably sign him for 4. I mean, I don't know if I would give him that much money. What up, Kyler? Do you want Verdugo back? No, I don't. I mean, he's a good defensive guy. He's a good defensive bat or a defensive player, but he was such a letdown this year, man. I was so hyped for Verdugo to join this team, man. I know he'd be willing to come back. He likes playing for us. He said he loved it. But God, man, where was this Verdugo? Where was this 2023 Verdugo at? Look at this. So this is his chart from 2023. And then this is from last year. Like, look at that. Everything just go up. Like, everything just goes like this in 2024. What up, Kidder Kid? The dog. I got to make some more emojis now for the offseason. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't remember the last Yankee manager that got an extension before a contract expired. Been a while. Yeah, I mean, like I said, D-Rod, I could be 1,000% wrong. You know, don't get me wrong. It's a team option, so it's a little different than a contract, like as his contract expiring, you know. But they could just say, "Hey, this is your year to prove it. You got to go out there and win it, man." I don't even think going back to the World Series and us losing, I don't think it's going to be safe for Boone. Because if I'm Howell and we go out there and go lose back-to-back World Series, like, come on, man, something's got to change, bro. We got to get over that hump. We got to win. We got to get the job done, man. Dog was a lightweight. All right, how about this? Let me put the chain on for Soto re-signing here. Do you think that will help? I think so. Oh, it's contract perspective. Okay. I was like, what were we trying to say earlier? The contract perspective for Santander is 5 years, 28 to 31 AAV. Yeah, man. I hope we get Soto. I hope we get Soto, man. I like Santander, I like Bregman, but that's a lot of money for those guys, in my opinion. But that's just how the market is, so I understand. Don't get me wrong, I understand that's how the market goes. But I'd much rather just lock down Soto. I know it's going to cost way more than that, 50 to 55 AAV, but God, he's so good, man. I mean, watching Soto for a whole year, like I said, throughout the whole year, like I know how good Juan Soto was, but man, watching him every single day, it really showed you how good this guy is, man. And if you're like if you're a stat watcher, and if you don't watch the games and you just look at the stats, like, oh, he has a 280 batting average. He's okay. He's no. You gotta watch the games, man. Like watching him at the plate, just he's like a magician up there. God, he's so good. I like Christian Walker too, Siciliano. I like Christian Walker at first too. Yeah, big buddy, exactly. I mean, imagine if they sign Soto, they're gonna get so much revenue now that they know that he's locked down for a long time in the Bronx. I mean, the Yankees are gonna just pour in the money. I mean, you saw the fans just God, they love Soto so much. We need Soto for payback for getting insulted in our own house. We do. Yeah, John, we need to go out there and it's gonna be the 2025 revenge tour for the New York Yankees, man. The freaking market sucks. The ticket prices are ridiculous, making it impossible for father and sons to bond over. Yeah, I mean that's every sport, Ken. That's every sport, dude. When we went to the Packers game, me and Sydney, I spent like $130 on for just one. So 260 for two tickets, and then we spent $40 on parking. That's $300 just to go to the game, just to go. Then we're hungry. We gotta get food. We gotta get drinks. We gotta get water because it's so hot. And they're offering water for $8 for water. These MLB sports in general should be giving water out for free, especially down here in Florida, without a dome, without a freaking roof, around the sun baking. I mean, I bought like 5 waters. It was so hot. I mean, do better, man. Water should be free. I say Yankees will give Soto $630 million for 14 years. Jesus. That's a lot of money, man. I was thinking 580 for 13. I was thinking 580 for 13, Siciliano, or maybe 12. He's a really good guy in this country. He fills up 2 trucks with gifts for the kids that can afford it every December. Who does, big buddy? Some stadiums allow you to bring in water and allow food. Yeah, not down here, Norma. Not down here. I want to say they might allow you to bring in an empty bottle and you can go fill it up. Oh, Soto does. Yeah, he's a great guy, man. He's a great guy. All right, guys, I'm gonna be heading out of here. Have a good rest of your night. Tomorrow, like I said, be on the lookout. I should be live. If not, I'll see you all Sunday morning if you're up that early, talking some football with Knight. But thank you all so much for hanging out, man. I miss you guys. Have a great Friday night. Whatever you decide to do, be smart, have fun, be responsible. And thank you all for just hanging out with me for a little bit of your time. It's always love. It's always peace and chicken grease on Max Coverage TV, baby. See y'all then. I'm out of here. Peace.